All right, Comics Plus, what's going on? Akasen here. I am in the middle of watching the Fallout series. I'm on episode 4 next. We're watching it on Twitch every once in a while, and it's also on Patreon for the archives. We will not be doing it on YouTube because it's just it's gonna take so long for me to catch up, and I don't think anybody is that interested. But if for the hardcore Aka fans of the Red Dreaded Nation, if you do want to see my reaction to going into Fallout Raw, well, check it out on Patreon or on Twitch. Should be wrapping up next week. Now, all that being said, I am kind of curious about these games as well. What should I start off first? Luckily, GameSpot, yeah, GameSpot made a video on it. So let's do it. Let's watch.
War never changes.
But the Fallout games sure do. If you're not already familiar, the Fallout games are big open world RPGs. Most of them at least. And while all of them share very fundamental DNA for its world, systems, and tone, each game offers something distinct and different, depending on the sort of experience you're looking for. So I'm gonna do my best to categorize each of these for a specific kind of player, starting with
the gamiest of the games,
Fallout 4 is kind of a double-edged sword. One side is a great systems game. It's got good combat, great visuals, crafting, scavenging, and lots of building, if that's a thing you're into.
Okay.
There's even a hefty mix of town management by way of settlements, ones that you will be constantly bothered to protect. It's a game that feels good to play and offers a lot of good gameplay loops that will pull you right into a world that looks like Fallout. On the other side of the sword, however, comes with the sacrifice that it doesn't have all that much to say with its story, or its lore for that matter. It's ambitious in its attempts at times, but ultimately falls well short of the high standards set by the other games in the franchise.
I see.
Games that we'll talk about in a moment. But it's not all bad though, especially with Nick Valentine around.
I told him I was rigged to explode and started going beep, beep.
But if you're coming off the heels of the show and looking for that style of storytelling and scope of morality, Fallout 4 might leave you yearning. So if storytelling is your jam, may I recommend
Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 2. I see.
Fallout New Vegas is one of the best stories in the Fallout franchise, right next to Fallout 2, and both of them are excellent places to start if it's a story that you're after, just with the caveat that the former is far more approachable than the latter. Fallout New Vegas is, in more ways than 3 and 4, an extension of Fallout 2. First off, neither Vegas's or 2's protagonist comes from the vaults. Instead, they thrust the player into a world that is operating and functioning long after it's been decimated. As a result, you're less of a fish out of water, but a character already intimate with the wasteland. Additionally, both games exist on the west coast of America, better coinciding with the location of the show. If you found yourself intrigued by factions like NCR and Shady Sands while watching the show, these are the games to go deep into them, and you'll come out with a much better understanding of the Fallout universe. These games capture the moral ambiguity that the show does so well, because even when you know who's evil, it's hard to see entirely who's actually still good too. Now, Fallout 2 may be a steeper place to start purely for its age, controls, and its turn-based combat. Our very own Jean-Luc made a whole video about why now's the time to remake Fallout 1 and 2, and a lot of their points align with its age, which, if you can bear it, then you're the purist at heart, you might as well begin where it all started.
I may not be able to handle that. Ooh, is that on the Steam Deck
though? If you return to
Maybe.
this game, you will be astounded at how true the game's identity has been from its very conception, all the way back to the iconic
War never changes.
And neither does the game's iconography. The Pip-Boy, the VAT sounds, the enemies, the ghouls, the doo-wop music, it all started here. It's impressive how much the first Fallout game established what has remained imprinted on the franchise ever since. But just as everything mentioned about Fallout 2's age, That applies here as well. Now, let's say exploration is your main driving force. Well,
Oh.
16 years later, you might be wondering what, if anything, makes Fallout 3 still worth playing if New Vegas has the better story and Fallout 4 is the better playing game. Well, the answer is world design. Fallout 3 captures the raw feeling of exploring a vast wasteland better than any other game in the series to date. This is Bethesda's debut into the franchise, upheaving it from its isometric roots and putting Bethesda's signature coat of paint on it. And it's what the series has been building off of.
Not anymore.
Since. Fallout 3 is owed a lot of credit in adapting the foundation of Fallout and bringing it into what we know it as now, but also for capturing that Bethesda sense of discovery and exploration that it did so well in Oblivion and Morrowind before.
Right.
Also, highly recommend not rushing the story on this one. It's not that long and, well, the ending is kind of meh. This game is truly about the journey. Picking a direction, seeing what's across the wasteland's horizon, enjoying the atmosphere, and soaking in the radiation. That sweet, sweet radiation. So now that we're completely irradiated and on our way to Ghoul Town, it's time to touch on how some of the other entries
Yo,
might fit.
that OLED Steam Deck looks real nice, man.
Even if you're someone that's never played a Fallout game, chances are you're aware of Fallout 76 thanks to the bombastic catastrophe that was its release.
Absolutely.
Much like a nuke going off. The reputation of Fallout 76 has changed a lot in the 5 years since its release, with tons of updates, bug fixes, and larger expansions adding additional content. If you like
I'm on
Fallout
episode
4's
4 now,
crafting and base building systems and just want to do more of that and possibly share the experience with friends, then this game's for you. In a lot of ways, Fallout 76 is a purer vision of what Fallout 4 wants to be. It takes the gameplay loop of 4, the scavenging, the crafting, the building, and it puts it into a shared world instead. It has no real story, well, before the expansions anyways, and lets you just focus on its crafting, building, and exploration.
Maybe I
It's
might like
Fallout,
that.
but as a playground. That kind of makes 76 its
It's like
own
Pal
beast,
World.
and definitely not a starting place if your goal is to see the best of what Fallout as a series can offer.
Never mind
But
it.
it can be some good fun if you want this kind of experience with a Fallout themed skin. Our very own Dave Klein made a video about what it's like to play 76 in 2024. So if you want a deeper look, check that one out.
All right.
So now you're a full-fledged Fallout ghoul, and you've become obsessed and just thirsty for knowledge. Fallout Tactics is, well, nearly bottom of the barrel pickings at this point. Tactics falls in the bygone PC category of these games, following more in the steps of its isometric days, but taking its gameplay into the tactical combat / strategy realm. By building off the systems of the first two games, Tactics is more narrow in scope, trading its open world elements for a linear storyline propelled by squad-based combat. I'd even say the world is more set dressing for its mechanics than a genuine Fallout experience. Characters, quirkiness, story, and all that. It does have a pretty involved story, however, it's not actually canon. So...
Oh. Brotherhood of Steel, here we go.
This one is for
Mech
the sadists
warriors
out there who hate themselves. Fallout Brotherhood of Steel is the awkward, blunder years of the Fallout series. This game, like a lot of teens, was trying to be cool, hip, and against the grain from where it came from. And if the game could speak, it'd be like, nah man, I ain't my parents. I listen to metal music by Devin Townsend, who just happens to be one of the composers of this game. And I look tough, and I'm edgy, and my pants are ripped. I drink bows. And like a lot of teens who look back on those parts of their lives, they also realize how uncool they were. And that's Brotherhood of Steel for the Fallout series.
Oh, shit.
So if you're into self-loathing, or maybe you just want to play a brawler-style action game with light RPG elements set in the Fallout universe, but is not canonically attached to Fallout at all, then, well, there's this. This one is easily hands down the most approachable of them all because it's the most casual, won't cost you a dime, and it's a good thing to pick up if you simply need a Fallout fix, whether on the bus or on the toilet.
Ew.
But really, it's also a solid entry in blending the quirkiness of Fallout by satirically mixing its upbeat vault tech graphic design with some serious and violent repercussions of what it's like to actually be a vault overseer. Unlike the mainline games that see you wandering the wastelands as a lone protagonist, this free-to-play management sim puts you in the shoes of a vault overseer. Your job is a simple one: keep your population of vault dwellers safe, fed, pregnant, and thriving. Hopefully this helps you find out where to start in the series, depending on your experience.
I'm not gonna lie, that last one seemed the most interesting.
A ton of Fallout content on the channel right now, so you don't have to go very far to get your Fallout
for reals, dude,
in the video form. So have a look around, watch what you
want. For reals, that last one, that simple one seemed like the most interesting, actually, for me. Like, I'm like, you know what? I can do that. I can play that. I wonder if is it free on the Switch? That would actually be pretty perfect, because I'll be going away for about 2.5 weeks, or no, 3 weeks. Damn, I'll be gone for like 3 weeks. I might be able to slowly get videos up on YouTube for you guys. And things like that, but yeah, I will not be able to stream like I normally do for Twitch and things like that for about 3 weeks. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, yo, if that's on the Switch, yeah, it is on Switch. Oh, fucking perfect, dude, because I seriously was like, I ended up buying, you guys can kind of see it right here, but I bought a whole tablet just so I can drag my PlayStation to camp with me. But I really, when I found out that I might have to fly, actually, I'm like, I really don't want to drag my PlayStation all the way down there. So I'm gonna try to find this for something else, dude. But yeah, dude, if I can just take my Switch and play a game like that, that might work a little better for me. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. All right. I'm not gonna lie, that is funny, honestly speaking. If not that, the first one they recommended, maybe Fallout 4, because I know that is the one that they were talking about a lot as well, that one. And the Fallout 4, because that's the one I remember everybody playing, and I saw a lot of reactors actually playing this game. And then the other one that seemed kind of interesting to me was I don't remember. There's one more. Maybe it was this one, but it looked a little dated, so I was like, maybe not. The one where they also said the exploration. Yeah, I think that was it. Whatever this Fallout one was, I think, yeah, Fallout 3. Yeah, the exploration one. So, yeah, so Fallout 3, interesting. That'd be interesting. Okay. But, no promises right now. First and foremost, the new Steam Deck OLED is not even available at the moment right now in Japan. So, and if it is, it's going to be expensive. So we'll see. Honestly speaking, I might end up just taking my Switch and playing this game, dude. That's too funny. Yeah. Too funny, man. All right. Red Nation, stand up, speak up. I unfortunately won't have anything for you guys on YouTube in terms of the reaction series. Maybe I'll post a review, though. Maybe I'll post a review when all is said and done with the series. But again, if you want to see said series and the reactions, you'll have to catch it when it's live on Twitch or follow on Patreon, and you can get that entire series and watch along with me. Again, going in very, very raw and very blind. I'm like, never mind. I was going to say something very foul about blind sexual bats, but anyways. We'll see you on the next one. Peace, y'all. Fallout.